It is like no other football club in the land. More than a century of tradition in those famed black and white stripes. This is Collingwood, a team that has been built on so many famous names, so many great victories, so many fierce rivalries. This is not a history of the great club, rather a taste of the Magpies in action in so many guises. The players, the headline-grabbing victories, the long-standing rivalry with the greatest of enemies. The ball players, the hard men, the high flyers, the sharpshooters. All here in more than 100 minutes of Collingwood, wall to wall.
Kicking in, the kick coming toward. Williams sets himself but can't mark. Noonan's under the ball, couldn't get it. It's come down to Tuddenham, who picks up. He's in the centre, over the back, couldn't mark. Tuddenham came in and so did Ephus. He's breaking away now.
As the ball is about to come in now, Graham Jenkins doing battle there. He gets the tap down. David Shaw gets it,
like a throw, but Bird's clear. He's
get a free kick. Channel 7 cameras right on the ball. He tries a short one. Oh! And now gets his kick up towards a half-forward flank on the outer side. They fly for it. Could it be Peter?
With Prince's Park, sitting by himself, we see Len Potter at centre-half back, take an easy mark and getting flattened after he kicked too. They've all gone mad. All gone ratty. This could be a real Donnybrook if they keep this up. It's on for young and old now out here. It's going to be slaughter. Oh, I don't know what's come over them. They've just come on the ground. Waits on. Umpire Sleeth bounces. It's there, tapped away. It's in the centre of the ground though, still. A big pack forming. I think it's Ricky Watt in there. Oh, there. What is that? Now it looks like McLean's gone.
Gone out of the game. Jones down to Gallagher. Gallagher up in the air with a kick. Thompson getting under it. Nichols coming in. From out front, we play this play on, however. We find Nichols trying to get a hand pass out to Gallagher. Well, it's been picked up by Quirk. Quirk tripped. It's been hello. It's been called. Jenkins playing on quickly, putting the ball across towards the centre half forward position. Jesselenko comes in. He shoots a hand pass across, but it's taken by Price. Price back towards Ricky Watt. Watt onto the left foot, up over the centre half forward, and Conbrit Mark.
Oh! Trot tries a short one in here. Will it come off? Yes, it does.
Alan Davis, short passes. Nearly a chance for Mark to follow. Oh, look at him.
The chance there for Carlton, they forgot about the ball there. Robertson drops it stone cold, and it's a free kick to Tuddenham. Tuddenham kicks the ball up the centre half forward. The players collide. Hopkins was one picked up by Nichols. Nichols now sockets the ball off the ground. Tuddenham does one, and the whistle goes. The whistle goes. There'll be a free kick here to Tuddenham. Oh! Oh, they're going in.
Rough and tumble out there, I'll tell you.
Got it! Off the ground. Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Well, that was a bit of pressure football on the goal.
Oh! Bit of jostling behind play as Bond keeps on going. Oh, Bond for Collingwood on the outer side. Newman gets it across to Gareth Andrews. Oh!
Tapped up
by Wearmouth. Wearmouth steadies. He's in a bit of trouble. Oh, looked like through there. Taken by Kenny Newland. Newland a hand pass, another one. Through they come. Oh, O'Callaghan going through there. There's Britt with the ball. A chance for Geelong to go forward. Peltryman has it. And he's met by Britt. Twiggy down forward. Oh, in the last line of defence, Scarlett takes a good mark. But it's a strong win, believe me. Butch Gale here doesn't think that the lead Collingwood has got is enough. Oh!
Coming down. It's a fine drizzly rain. It's a very uncomfortable day to play. Oh, Wayne Richardson.
17 marks. Jacob couldn't pull it down. Through comes McKenzie. He's fumbling it. Oh, he straightens up. He kicks at the big ones. Oh, look at this. Out from goals.
Tarrant's kick smothered by Max Richardson. He tries to burst through. Sheedy with a hand pass to Walsh. Puts Walsh under a bit of pressure. But a left foot kick to Walsh. Fowler wastes no time getting a hand pass to Sheedy. Sheedy's offloaded after
position on the member stand side. And a good mark taken there by Doug Bott.
He can kick it from here. He loads up from 55. Oh, stomping kick. He's kicked it. Inspiring stuff from Anthony Rocca. But McKenna running hard. Wobbles the kick inside, attacking 50. Rocca hit it hard. Chance for Nick Davis. Handball to Licuria. Victories is free. He snaps and he goes. Stevens thumps it long. Tarrant at the back. So is Victories. Uses O'Brien. Kicks it inside, attacking 50. Burns, who casually wipes his hands on his shorts before he takes the mark in Scott Burns style. Burns from 45. Drop punt on its way. He's kicked it. Collingwood by 23.
Port Adelaide rallied at the start of the last quarter, yet the visitors were more desperate when it counted.
No, umpire said play on. So Jew for Port Adelaide can unload a bomb here. He does that to the tip of the goal square. Boy! Brilliant mark. It'll go back for goal number 4. He plays on. He's got it. No, he's been run down. Unbelievable. Collingwood out of jail.
One-on-one all over the field.
Forcing the kick long.
He does indeed. He dumps it long. Leon Davis in front. Bolton at the back. Tarrant has it. Tries to get it out. Davis, he snaps and he goes. He's kicked a goal. The Magpies are into the preliminary final.
2 minutes gone on the final quarter. Collingwood 80 trail by 3 points. It's the atmosphere for a heart attack. The ball is into the goal square. Tuddenham tries to bust his way through. He'll pick it up. He scores! Fabulous! 5 goals to Des Tuddenham. A great captain's effort. There he is, urging his side on.
Nothing but sheer determination, brilliance and courage got that goal.
Tuddy, number 1 for the Magpies, brings up his 5th goal. John Crilly, Bill Ashworth, Dennis Rawadi under Ron Davis's direction at the MCG, a classic finals match. Channel 9 in the centre as Kevin Rose gives it to Boyne. Boyne on the move from the back line. It's into attack, this kick. The Magpies 3 points down. It's towards Big Gabba. Sinman runs him down. The hand pass has gone to Tuddenham. Tuddenham 6th attempt coming up for a goal. 6 to Tuddy. Tuddenham's performance is one of the great efforts in finals for many years.
It is, Tony, and look at Des go, but let's give full credit for the way that goal came from Len Thompson to Kevin Rose, who beautifully hand-passed to Boyne, who gave it to Gabbo, who hand-passed to Tuddenham. Great creative team football.
Russ Smith, opposing rover, takes the kick from the back pocket along the Olympic stand wing. No mark here. It stands right for Kevin Rose. Kevin Rose, a strong, long kick going in towards the goal square again. 3 Saints there. They fumbled it. Alan Morrow, it's up to him. He's grabbed by Wallace. Wallace tries to take the ball off him and very nearly did so. Tuddenham just about to run out of space. Has a kick and it's his 7th. Did you see how close that ball was to out of bounds?
Brilliant play by Tuddenham. He held the ball on the line.
Alan Jeans, the defeated coach. Welcome to the MCG. Tuddenham of Collingwood, 7 goals. A magnificent performance for Collingwood. Sees them victorious by 10 points.
Potter still battling on. In comes Laurie Hill. In comes Griffiths. Griffiths has it. He's unloaded by Potter. Goes to Tully. Tully tries a hand pass across here to Patterson. Patterson breaks clear. Drives to the forward pocket. Tuddenham has it. Plays on immediately. He shoots it at the big ones. It's through.
That was beautiful football by Patterson.
And we find Sidman clearing it, only to find Tully coming in once again. Oh! And did head go down. Met very solidly by Tuddenham. Bingley having a few words to say to him. Still plenty of time for the Magpies to get back into it. Tuddenham has it. Tuddenham forces it forward and he'll get a free kick.
Yes, definitely. The man held. And Tuddenham now a good 45, 50 yards out on the flank.
Oh, he's a good 50 yards out, Butch. There's his kick now. This is swinging in. I tell you what, this is going to be close. It's touched, I think. No! A beauty. That's his third, and a tremendous effort. A tremendous effort from Des Tuddenham.
There's a chance for Price. He's battling away. He drops the ball. It's a comedy of errors out there until in comes Tuddenham. He studies, he shoots. Put it through.
Oh, out he's going. Put it on the end of the square. Shane Whelan and Doug Dale there. Oh, it's Whelan's mark. No, it's called play on. Down it comes. Tuddenham hooks over his shoulder.
Kicks in towards centre-half forward. Oh, blimey, it bowled Barry Pascoe over. Picked up here. Now we find Collingwood going forward once again. It's going goalwards. They all fly for it. Knocked away by McGrath. Taken by Tuddenham. Tuddenham sights the big ones. He's put it right through.
Oh, he's goes for the long one. Puts it a bit high for McKenna there. Backing back into West was McKenna. It's down. Tuddenham picks up and stops.
Marshall's there with Britt. Marshall hangs on to Britt, but Britt gets away. He swings around, and Britt kicks it further down the flank position. It's a free. Tuddenham overruns the ball.
Not another one. He's reported him. He's reported.
To it cleanly, picked up by Ian Collins, held, play on, Reading once again goes goalward, but oh, is it in or out? It's a goal! A big pack, but punched away, the Carlton defence is spoiling. It's still on the ground, here's a chance for Collingwood once again, picked up by Greening, he kicks toward goal.
Free kick too.
Whistle's gone.
Frank, the players racing for the ball. Greening versus Hall. Greening getting around Hall. The ball close to the line now. Greening getting balance, going for the run. He's lost it, however, it's in front of him. Oh, the handball comes out towards Tuddenham. Tuddenham back to Greening. Greening onto the left foot. It's good shot for goal. It's good.
So now puts it out towards the wing position where it's marked by Gott. Gott puts his left foot into it, drives it right down. Up they go. From behind. Greening. A glorious mark. Greening. A glorious mark.
It's a high one, a big pack for me that's punched out clear to Frank Davis. He can't take it. It's picked up here. It's John Greening a chance with the left foot. He drives in toward the goal square.
Thompson against Minot. Thompson getting the front position, gets a knockout too. A good one up towards Greening, closely attended by Pace. Greening pushing the ball along in front of him. A left foot snap now from the pocket. It's a nice...
Oh, what a shot.
A ripper! I tell you what, he slammed it right through.
Today there's, at the moment, I mean, there's about 95 players, if you can call it that way, in the centre bounce. And there's Greening. Oh, great player. Greening bounce it, runs on his left foot. Shut the gate. Goes to Twiggy. Dunn towards goal.
Good touch. Collingwood move into attack by the half-forward flank, and the mark up there to John Greening. What a ripper!
Oh, hand passed across here is Collingwood going forward once again. A hand pass across to Greening from Gott. Greening looks forward. No worries.
Clifton now with a kick out of the half-back flank for Collingwood. Oh, Greening up very, very high.
Goes straight into Curly Austin. In comes Ricky Barham, shoots towards goal and puts through Collingwood's first. What a way to start his 100th game. Footer goes with a long kick. Waiting at the back is Stewart. Recovers well, shoots towards goal, and he's got another one. This punt. Williams uses the body, gets front spot. Is this another one to Richardson? It is! Second goal in as many minutes to Mike Richardson and Mark Williams. Kick, but all Collingwood. Daicos can pick it up and shoot towards goal. He does so with a drop punt, and he's put it through. A 4-goal break to the Woods.
A full forward position. Ah, great mark to McCormick. Is he paying it? He's not paying it. It's a free kick. It might go there to Ralph. They got him on the side of the head, so this could level the scores. It could be a drawn game. What
time to give a decision.
Oh, and all the players there. Look at the Collingwood players in the goal square trying to put him off. Can he kick this one to make it a draw? Look at all those Collingwood players. He fires.
He's got it, I think.
He's missed it.
One point.
Collingwood have won the game by 5 points.
What a finish.
What a finish to this great game. The Magpies are late. Punt down there. The ball hits the deck. Here's a go for Daicos. Snaps at goal. And he's put it through. That's his fourth. And he marked it. Punched on again. Here's Richardson. They run into each other. He balks, gets around Reid. Now he straightens up, fires. And there's another one to Collingwood.
Richardson recovers first. Meldrum in pursuit. Richardson looking for a lead in centre field. He's got one, has he? Yes, and the mark is taken by Rains. Another beautiful kick. That's a good 55 metres up towards the centre half forward position.
Banks, he's clear, he's shepherded, he can shoot, he's gone for a hand pass. Daicos must make it 5 this time, he has. Great play. McConville can't take the grab, crashes into Banks. Out comes Richardson with the ball. He's kicked 4. Good shepherd by Rains on Perovic. Down to half forward, Collingwood running. Neville Shaw, no one within 10 metres. Chips it up to full forward. Daicos is there, can he make it 6? Gets around Reed, shoots, it's coming round, it's there I think for mine. Goal, 6 to Daicos. Into the full forward pocket and Richardson, yes, a fine mark in front of Harms. He races in, over the top in the goal square, and putting it through is Ronnie Andrews.
He nearly missed that, Ronnie Andrews.
Really serve it up to them, but, oh, look at this. Oh, he's dropped the sitter, David Rees. Oh, he's copped one.
Hannah. Still with Hannah. Reece Jones does the shepherding work. He loses it to Mullane. He's clear. Snaps at goal. Good-looking kick. Just off target. No, he's got it. Another one. Mullane and Glasgow. Now there's a chance for Collingwood to come clear. They outnumber. There's a bit of a crunch. Play on. To the right half forward flank. Banks taken out by Derui. Starcevic. Sandwiched. Dorotic comes out in front. Oh, there's a reportable incident, is that? It was rather crude. The kick by Derui up to half forward. What a mark! Christian, high over the top. Like a drop kick. It goes to Shine. With him is Tuddenham. Tuddenham wins. He heads towards goal. It's a long kick. It's going to bounce through. Goal to Collingwood.
Quickly onto his left foot. There's a chance for another one. Taylor for number 5. He's got that one with the new ball. It's out to Alexander. Tony Shaw, the skipper. Could it be the sealer? Starcevic on his own has put it through for 4 points. Hawke getting grabbed when not in possession, surely. Umpire calls play on, maybe didn't see it. Taylor wobbles one to go. Is that number 6? It is. It's home, and so are the Magpies. 4.5 minutes left, 1 kick in it. Vital to get the ball out of the centre here. Gleeson got tackled high. Turner, good endeavour. Going through as Derui, went without the ball. Hawke again to Renstead. Can the Magpies get a goal and level the scores? Long kick by the West Australian. McGuane!
On that occasion, the forward's a one-on-one situation and he's got a chance, and McEwen did take the chance.
McEwen for his first goal to level the scores, and he has done.
Excellent mark. Now they need something from this forward thrust. Manson's there, has got caught out of position. Now Manson takes front position. Oh, brilliant mark. Great mark by Barwick across the front of the pack. Banks has come into it since Silmani's moved off him. There's Barwick. Sets it up for his forwards. Dorotic taps the ground. Tuddenham. An open goal. Beautiful hand pass to Daicos. Goal number 6 coming up for Daicos. He's put it through, I feel. Yes, he has. Gavin Brown's been great when the pressure's been applied. He goes short to half forward. It's fisted the ground. Banks off the ground. He's enjoyed Silvani being moved off him as he kicks it up to Daicos. Daicos against Tom Elvin. Daicos onto the left foot. Is this a miraculous goal? A brilliant effort by Daicos. Goal number 7.
Goes quickly on. Hawker gives him a lead. So does Satori. McEwen on the half volley. Mullane. Collingwood love it at the moment. McGuane charges to centre half for Daicos. Oh, it's champagne footy.
Well, there's plenty of room for those Collingwood forwards to move. And Mullane's just given a roving position across centre.
He might try a torpedo here, he does. And thumps it. Look at that. It's home. Hannah, Brown. Collingwood, too many players at the full. Brown's handball misses the body, but here's another chance. Russell has a bit of time to steady. Left foot puts it through. Another one. Reynolds, Dean on the up. Blackwell caught by Daicos. And again the numbers. Banks, Brown, Daicos, and this will be a goal.
One of the players. Yeah, they're starting already, Kernahan and Kelly.
Yes, well, Kelly's obviously lining up on Kernahan and centre half back. Christian's starting on the bench, and it's very nasty here.
Kick by Hannah. Oh, down goes Gayfer. In trouble, Michael Gayfer.
For Banks, he's anything but a rookie. Good hand pass. This could be another goal to Collingwood. McGuane blazes away and gets it. Inside 50 for Carlton. They haven't been down there. Siri, that is too high. Number 7, Minton Connell took... Thank you, Steve Curtan went down, and that was totally unnecessary. Ashley in the air. McKenna's long kick goes up towards full forward. Graham flies. No, he kicks right in towards that full forward area. Have you ever seen a mark like that?
Lovely mark. The distance is beyond him. The ball's dropping in the forward pocket. Savage flew, and so did Waters. And it's Terry Waters who takes the pressure off again for Collingwood. Has marked.
Sends it forward. Taken here by Ricky Watt. Watt up to the half-forward flank on the outer side. Wayne Richardson.
Position where it's marked by Gott. Gott puts his left foot into it, drives it right down. Up they go. From behind. A glorious mark. Greening. A glorious mark.
One of the story in itself. Clifton now with a kick out of the half-back flank for Collingwood. Oh, Greening up very, very high.
But it's the free kick going towards Heath. Heath puts the ball down under... it's marked by Atkinson. That kick put Rice under real pressure, and Atkinson right tuck over the top. A magnificent mark.
His shot across towards half-forward for Collingwood. Up they go. Oh, it's Daicos mark. Pickett. Taken by Carman. Carman of Collingwood going for a bit of a run. He passes. Oh, it's a beautiful pass. Greenwich backing up well, but he can't pick it up. He's got it now. A hand pass over to Brown. No, it's not Brown. It's Gordon, I should say. Gordon down towards Carman. Beautiful play by Carman. A hand pass over to Max Whitmover. There's looking for Carman again. They're going a bit Carman. Cray's got the mark. On Carman. Up it goes now to Carman and Bifford. Ball pushed out wide, that's out of bounds. There's a bit of a wrestle going on now again. I tipped it.
Boundary throw-in taking place. Moore using a bit of weight against Jones, but Jones had the effective ruck work working for him. Shaw tried to get around Doyle, put the ball down, holding the man decision, I'd say. Bit of rough and tumble here. Pun kick in towards the forward pocket. Now it's coming back into the square. Thompson pushed out. Galt missed an easy mark. Rear mount hand passes to Carman.
Comes down to Anderson. One bounce and quite a long kick. In the back is Carman. Marked the ball. And Carman has given the mark. Over the back of Barker, who's played a very good game, Barker, but Carman has been one of the mainsprings in the return of Collingwood after halfway through the second quarter. Carman getting the rounds of the whole crowd as he goes in the kick. The kick's look good at the finish. It is.
And about the practice wicket area.
Brewer slipping to give the opportunity to Atkinson. The ball coming back to Atkinson. Gets round onto the left foot now. Lines it up on his right. Puts towards the edge of the square. Here's danger down there. Carman once again drifting down. Trying to get the front position over Moore. The bounce. Tapped down here. Being picked up and kicked on. Missed by Campbell. Taken by Carman. Carman snaps. Brilliant. Tremendous goal by Phil Carman.
Twiggy Dunn and Sheed. It bounces right for Twiggy Dunn. A hand pass over the Carman. Clear. And now Burke's behind him as he sends the ball up towards Moore at the back of... he's got the sitter, he's got the...
Gordon's given him a nice pass. There's the kick now by Gordon up toward the half-forward zone. King sets himself. Can't take it. Carman bursts through the pack. Here come the Magpies, but he's lost it. Carman can't get it. He recovers it nicely. He balks around with a bounce. He's still balking. He's going backwards in actual fact. He's still in possession. Carman's still in business.
And wisely so too as the ball is over towards Carman and Dill. Carman at the back. Nearly got his he's got the mark. He's going to play it. Yeah.
Looking there for more over the back. Carman! Collingwood a kick. Hamilton turning towards the goal. Score a goal to Carman.
There's a go now for Carman. He's got the mark.
Bond has boot Collingwood deep into attack. It's a long kick. Oh, the leap by Carman! What a magnificent mark.
It's Carman. He's got a chance to score here. Left foot snap for the goal. What's he done with it up towards Moore?
Coming through for Collingwood pretty solidly was Barham, and he's been burning on the wing so far this quarter and showing his Hawthorn opponent a clean pair of heels.
Playing very badly at the moment. There's a chance for Barham once again. Barham with his left foot hooks towards the goal. Is this another one?
And well over the centre-half forward position. The players misjudging the ball. Barham racing in for Collingwood. He's going to kick his third, is he? Yes! Goes through, punches the ball through the legs of Polkinghorne. Barham there, cops one for his corner. Put through, Manasseh, which lands the ball just over the centre of the ground. Hendry in the van for Hawthorn sees Peter Knights tap it forward, but it goes to Cooper, and Cooper shoots a hand pass out to the wing. Collingwood, they've been doing this all day. They look good when they do it too, and this is Barham. He's kicked about 4 goals for Collingwood, a very impressive player. How far can he go? He's gone about a mile, and look at the kick, fantastic! 5 goals to Barham. Great play by the Magpies. And he gets congratulations from skipper Max Richardson. Tremendous effort. 1962 Hawthorn, Collingwood 18-8, 116. Great play.
Collingwood defence smothering and turning clean by Robert Hyde out towards the half-back line. Beautiful handball to Barham. Barham, well done, towards the centre wing.
And Pickett go after it. Barham in the front posse now. This little fella's got plenty of pace. Can he take the ball away? He does. Good play by Barham. Magro having his first touch over to Barham. Barham drives the ball up towards the full forward zone. Looks as though it could be a goal. It comes here now to Barham. Oh, he balks beautifully. Up it goes towards the full forward zone. Richmond player sprawling as a go for Twiggy. None a snap for goal. What's he done with it? He's put it through.
Rugby style running with the ball. Now it's a short pass. Out towards half. Great luck.
Now is a chance to get it up to Moore. He's gone for a hand pass. Over it comes to Whitcroft. Back to Betts. Oh, he's fumbled. He's got a shot for goal. What's the result? There's a go now for Moore. Kicked off the ground by Barham. It's a goal.
Good long clearing kick up towards half-back, looking for Picken. He got 2 hands to it again, but couldn't mark it. Here's Barham in front of Temperley, if he can gather the ball in. He's fighting hard for it. The Richmond half-back flanker, though,
The ball high in the air, up towards the centre wing area. Spectacular leap by Billy Picken. Could have been in the back to Dunstan. He looked for the free kick. Welch lost possession of the ball. A hand pass comes out towards Barham. Barham now will have a shot for a goal from the half-forward flank. Short passes on into the forward pocket, taken by Dunstan. Went to play on, slip. He was off for sure. And he comes now, allowing for the breeze. Does it beautifully too. That's 4 points kicked by Ricky Barham.
Boundary throw in, up over the top, Starcevic. No one can break clear. A tap to the advantage of Daicos. Look at the gather. The right foot snap. This is a miraculous kick. Unbelievable. Anthony Danaher preparing to kick the ball back into play. Essendon swinging the changes. Danaher's kick is good, outside 50. No mark taken. Manson again, striving. Francis goes back to his roving partner Russell. Kick into the forward pocket. Brown will keep it in, run into an open goal and put it through.
Starcevic cropped over the ball just a little too long and was taken out of it. Gayfer towards half forward again. Madden up with the one hand. A clash of bodies. The ball breaks free. It's all Collingwood. Krasiska heads towards goal. A good looking kick. He's done it.
Christian now dives on the football, goes back to Tony Shaw, and Tony Shaw's kick is marked by Scott Russell. Russell plays on quickly to centre half forwards, a player on his own, Bowie.
Will that be 50 metres? Because that was a late tackle. 50 by Buick. At least the umpires are consistent, and this will be the second lay-down Mazaire goal. You see there, Barwick buckled over, but he's all right. All he has done is cut one around the solar plexus. Watch this. There it is. Takes the wind out of his sails, but he'll be all right.
Well, that's true. It may have been Barwick writhing in agony on the ground that eventually convinced the umpire to give the 50-metre penalty.
And a gimme goal. The Pies get their 8th.
Hazard tries to get it to Cransberg, who taps it to his advantage. Francis desperate. Turner's caught, but he gets his foot to the ball and kicks it to the front of the square. Oh, nearly Brown. Essendon under pressure. Brown will kick a goal. And if that doesn't bring the roof off the MCG, nothing will.
Who kicks towards Spawn. Couldn't take it on the half volley. Is solidly met. Right waits for it. Kerrison, Soccer's clear. Kick it, could be first to it. And caught. Ripped off the football. Breaks to Shaw again. The skipper gives it to Barwick. On to Banks. Dennis Banks caught. Back to Barwick. Doug Barwick shoots and goes. Collingwood are home. The Pies are home.
1-on-2. Collingwood will get it again. Bowen. Brown it was. Back to Mullane. Mullane's short pass is effective. And what is indicative of a wonderful performance by Collingwood. Their captain is marked within 50 metres of goal. Under 3 minutes left. And Tony Shaw, look at those statistics. A magnificent leader all day. The short pass is on. The centre half forward. And the mark is taken by Monkhurst. And he stood straight up all day long as Damien Monkhurst.
Well, he hasn't kicked too many goals this year, Monkhurst. He stayed on the ball most of the year. He's lining up for his third goal. And he's taking his time. He knows precious seconds tick away the longer he holds the ball.
2.5 minutes left. Monkhurst from 40 metres out. The kick looks pretty good. Up go the fans. It's another goal.
From the back pocket. This will be probably the last kick. He need not even kick it. The drought is over.
Strong fist down towards Mark Williams. Williams has been quiet. A beautiful handball to Mark Hanbury, who can run through the centre with 2 bounces. Steady, dummies the handball. Beautifully done by Mark Hanbury. He could goal here. There's a long drop punt into the square. He's goal! What a goal!
Mullane's just given a roving position across centre.
He might try a torpedo here, he does. And thumps it. Look at that! It's home!
Daicos, will he go the torpedo punt? Now, the crowd will await. Yes, he is going the torpedo punt. Have a look at it. A brilliant kick by Daicos, a 65-metre kick right through the middle.
McClure over the back, couldn't take the mark. 2 Collingwood players, Worthington and Moore ran into each other. Oh, McClure comes in and gets into Worthington. This could be a goal. Don't tell me he's kicked that. What a goal! What a goal that one is.
Shaw, bit of indecision. Barham tapping it on towards Ryan. No, Barham will keep it himself. I'll do it on my own, he said, Ricky. And away he goes. Bounce in towards goal. The shot is good.
Wide. Russell coming in Mullane, crashing his way through. Vintage Darren Mullane. Great play.
The boundary line. Back to Mullane likewise. Daicos nearly runs out of room. He's goal!
Daicos stays down at the back. Knocked away by Keys. Here's the magician near the boundary line. 30 metres out, Peter Daicos. 3 kicks, 3 goals!
A little too far. Daicos at the back. Can he produce something special here? Oh, no. Yes, he can.
Scott and Johnson. Alan Davis takes it, runs around in circles and then screws the ball over the shoulder. A beautiful goal from
Goods there with him, picked up by Shaw from the boundary line. Snapshot for goal. It's a goal! Oh, what a goal that was!
Trying to get it out, which he does, towards Manasseh. Manasseh to drive Collingwood deep to take Gage for a run. Almost towards the half-forward line. He is now. He's run 50 metres. Takes the handball, no, feigns the handball. He won't give in Manasseh. He's going to shoot for goal. And he's put it through.
Earn gives it over to Toomey. Toomey from the half-back line. Backs his pace and judgment. Went for a bounce and backs his luck too. Got it back on the second time. The third time he just got it back. Will he try another one? He's going to have a shot for goal. It's going to be a great goal if he gets it. That's a great goal.
8 points. They're going to get the ball away from the centre again through Monkhurst. And McGuane gets past Brown. They're lifting the pies. They can sense it. First 15 minutes ordinary, but since then they've been good. McGuane's had 5 bounces. Nearly get another one. Round he goes. In he goes to an open goal. Phil Manasseh, stopped by Mickey McGuane. Goal of the year.
And now it's off the hands of the pack as Ray Shaw has the bounce. He'll go goal and Kelvin Moore should run out and come towards him rather than running away. And there's Ray Shaw putting it through for his first goal.
Towards half-forward, taken away by Barham. Barham, brilliant play, Ricky Barham. 45 metres out for goal, sprints towards goal, lines them up and stabs at the goals, and he kicks it through. Great goal.
Russell, will it sit? Yes. Brown, 50 metres out, sets it up with a breeze. It may go all the way. It does. What a great goal.
Collingwood wanting goals badly. Daicos lets go with a torpedo punt. It's a magnificent kick. Can that lift the Maggies?
A long way from home.
It's a chance though. Brereton's back on.
He wastes no time from 60 metres. It's a sensational goal.
this game. Lovely hand pass to Watson. The good doctor's pass is good to Rocca. He's a mile from home. Will he let one go? He's a long, long way out. But he goes back. And it's a booming drop punt. What a kick by Sevilla!
I think he just looks very lumbering at most parts of this game.
Oh, Sav busted the pack right up, and here's brother Anthony going for a long shot. What a kick! Combination by the Rocca boys.
Right. Now the dangerous Buckley, a set shot from 50. That is a sensational kick.
Still, it would take a huge kick, wouldn't it, Kev, from there?
Be a team-lifting goal if he pops it through. He's 4 miles out. Look at this. And kicks it. Thanks for coming.
Daicos. Well done, Hobbs. Daicos. Don't tell me. Don't tell me yes.
Do the right thing initially, but decided there was no one there. So Footscray out of defence. Wind in the front position. Buckley aggressive at the ball. That's what aggression's about in football. Inside 50, goes back. Bucks has done it.
75 goals in a career which has consisted of 183 matches. Craig Lambert.
Look at that.
Oh, well done by Williams. Runs his full measure and kicks it to the goal square. It'll bounce through for goal. Goal of the night, Paul Williams. The bounce all too fickle for the Magpies. Free kick to Starcevic being held. Advantage is paid. Krasiska summed it up beautifully. Goes for goal. Gavin Krasiska from 50 metres. A lovely kick by Krasiska is Collingwood's first goal.
Here's Brown. Bouncing his way down towards half forward. 55 metres out, still going. Kick a goal, Gavin Brown. Grab some glory. Well done.
Good kick.
Weaving it. Patterson out to Buckley's away. There is no one coming at him. He'll settle on 50, outside 50. Go long, go strong. Goal! Oh!
Williams on his own, the speedster, and Winmar gives chase. Still they go. Williams from Winmar, and it's a bomb. It might be a goal. What a kick! It's there. Collingwood back in it. Barnett. Armat on left centre wing. Williams running with him. A young excitement machine from Darwin. Still he goes. His kicking can let him down, but that's a bomb into the goal square. Don't tell me he's kicked it. Great footy.
Back in the middle, the Magpies taking a firm hold on this game. Brilliantly done by Montcourse to Buckley, runs to centre half forward, goes for home. Inspirational goal, yes, on the bounce.
Big pack.
They certainly locked the ball in pretty well in Collingwood. There was really almost no option there apart from a long kick or the real short.
Francis off the ground. It's not far away. What about that?
With the Rocca, Severio Rocca. Oh, he couldn't get back there. Let's see what the big fella can do. Stevenson's after him. Can he grab him? Oh, well played, Severio. He bends it back at the goals. This is a magnificent kick. What a goal!
Bends one in towards the forward line. Buckley is lurking there dangerously. Buckley the top. Threading the hand pass through to Licuria. 50, 45. Let's go for the doctor. Let's go home. And he does. Now watch out for Dimatina. He's lurking in the area, but it doesn't come his way. Romero gets a sniff, but that's the story of his night. Rocca twists away. Rocca by baby. Yes.
Essendon to allow their players to get a kick, but they are behind on the scoreboard.
Oh, Tarrant's done it again. That is a contested mark.
And with a little bit of building up of his physique, was able to stand his ground and took a good mark.
7 marks today. Kicked 4 goals. Now he's got 5.
Inside there, forward 50. There's a mark. He's got this one. You won't take that away from him, umpire.
Great mark by Rocca, which you possibly convert here, but the problems do exist still in the midfield.
Oh, it's coming back. If you don't mind, it's a goal. Lockyer has marked. Oh, spearing pass.
And he's in range, Robbo. And he is about to unload a big one.
Is he going for the top or the drop punt?
He's gone for the big drop punt. Oh, I tell you what. That is a match-winning goals.
went off the ground. No, not dangerous play. Might be a chance. Seconds remaining. Tarrant kicks the goal.
Well done, Malloy.
To O'Brien, who's just about got it on a string tonight. Good centering kick, clever centering kick. So maybe he has
Ball decision had to go his way.
Maybe he has got a case then. So Licuria, 25 out, makes no mistake. 2 in a row for Collingwood.
Has to kick pretty quickly, sets it up. Tarrant's normally good in this situation.
He's going to kick his 3rd goal, so you have to say it's smart.
Collingwood have responded by putting Dimartina in the forward pocket, trying to drag Woden away from the play.
Block his kick inside the 50.
Oh!
Big lift! Tarrant over the top. What a mark. Could well be the mark of the year, that one. Chris Tarrant. Huge leap. Came down the front of the pack as if it were a waterfall.
And all statistical information on i7sport.com.au.
Oh!
Tarrant wants 2 marks of the year in the one day.
He had it too.
He almost took it.
He goes again. Yeah!
Oh! This is
His
like
second
a
effort was
circus act.
fantastic.
Well spotted. Tarkin Lockyer running forward. Delivers. Tarrant too far out to score. Rocca one-on-one with Scarlett. Did well, worked him out of the contest and takes an excellent mark.
And strength. Keeps the ball alive. Brilliant, Licuria. They will tell the stories behind the goal down here at the punt road end. When the flags are waving.
It's now 7-5. Hawthorn leading in this quarter. Collingwood desperate for a steadier. Fully outstretched. Rocca takes a fine grab.
Wakeland. Can he get a path? Off the left boot. Tarrant got to beat 3 and he did.
Gee, that was great play.
But that's better. Right through the middle. Collingwood's 3rd.
Up and driven out of danger by Potter. It's on the weak position. Oh, Rocca went a mile. Oh, that was a lovely mark.
Up towards centre half forward. Anderson punches the ball away, but it's all Collingwood as Price picks up in the centre. It's a good kick to McKenna. McKenna marks. He plays on. Goes towards the goal. It's a long kick too, and it's right through.
There's a throw in Collingwood's forward pocket from behind Jenkin, but it's Nichols getting the tap down, but it's been picked up by Collingwood. A trip there, but play on once again as the calls. We find Collingwood trying to get the ball round through Wayne Richardson. He's hooked the ball close to the goals there, swinging across however. Walls drops the ball. Tuddenham comes in. McKenna shepherding. Tuddenham now with a chance for the left foot snap. He hooks it back over his shoulder. The goal umpire moves across and through. It's out towards Tuddenham. Tuddenham back to Greening. Greening under the left foot. It's good shot for goal. It's good.
To 67, Richardson comes in and kicks accurately, and another Collingwood goal goes up. 12-9.
A chance to kick his 2nd goal. A high kick. The crowd indicating, and the goal umpire also indicating another goal.
Points the difference in Collingwood's favour as Richardson comes in to kick. It looks good. It's going to make the play. Richardson, Graham marks. Yes, the play's on. Had a shot at goal. It's through. It's through.
40 yards out. The drop punt kick. It's a long kick. It's starting to make the distance. Across.
Going for a big kick. It's right in toward the goals. It could twist through. It's a goal.
It's high in the air. The wind won't swing it round this time. They fly. A chance for the bite on the second grab, but Tuddenham pushing the line. Left foot shot for goal. It's through.
A chance couldn't hold his Tuddenham. And another Collingwood goal. No one can pick it up. It's picked up and kicked forward. Who kicked it up?
Picked up by Graham in front. Graham coming in. Punt kick, a torpedo punt kick. He couldn't miss from there. The X-fall forward for Collingwood.
Hits it out, but again Price takes it. A left foot kick up here towards Jenkins. He couldn't get it. Gill chips in. Through comes McKenna. Straight in towards goal. And he pops it through.
Coming in now, trying to get the first score of the match. The kick. It'll just about make the distance, starting to fall short now. It'll be paid a mark. No play on as the call. The ball is shot across to McKenna. And McKenna puts it through.
Within scoring distance, but the kick is a poor one. It's dropping for Lofts, and Lofts in front. Oh, he spills the mark. Picked up by McKenna, who snaps from a very difficult angle. And it's good.
Richardson playing on into the forward pocket, and there's pushing and shoving going on there. And it's a kick to McKenna. Play on there, calls umpire out. So it'll be a free kick downfield. And he's put it through.
Of Collingwood coming around, straightening up. He straightens up and shoots toward goal. Lofts and McKenna doing battle. McKenna's taken a freak mark.
For Thompson goes up high, floated and pulled it down. Now Thompson would be about 60 yards out. He's going for the wide one out towards McKenna. He'll get it too. Right, McKenna kicking with the breeze behind him now, down to the river end goal, about 40 yards. He's got a trouble, and it's right through. The first goal of the match.
Out comes McKenna. Lovely pass by Thompson, and McKenna's lead was well timed.
That's pretty bright to test his microphone just as McKenna's kicking. There it goes, right through.
Mackay gone to centre half back. Richardson pops it up high towards McKenna. McKenna coming out mark. And a 15-yard penalty.
Astounded the way they're going. Full credit to Collingwood though. McKenna's kick too. 20 yards out, directly in front. On its way, and it's right through the centre.
Greening plays on. Again, that wind takes it, but McKenna judged it perfectly. Boys, coming up now. Ooh.
Through.
It's a pretty wonky old kick.
To Greening. Greening now, a long one up forward. There's McKenna. He marks. Fennella's been shifted to full back on McKenna. McKenna's got 4.
An awful lot of kidding going on to Jeff Crouch here.
Right, taken by Tuddenham. He backs back. He steadies. He kicks. Collingwood's first goal from Des Tuddenham. Racing clear now. Runs down. It's a long kick. Oh, McKenna right under the hammer. Out they come. Dunn couldn't mark it. McKenna's got the ball. He steadies. He hooks it around. He's put it through.
To his left boot. Looking for here. Tuddenham in the forward pocket. Oh, beautiful mark.
Great mark.
Outer side of the ground, and Carlton going forward. Up to the wing. Oh, over the top. Over the top of Jensen. Oh. Quarter. 25 minutes just ticked over. Hurd gets a tap down. Over towards Price. Price gets it over to Richardson. He's up forward. The pack flies. No mark. Here they go. It's Oborne once again. Austin after him. Over to Twiggy Dunn. Dunn hooks it over. Thompson's waiting there. Thompson turns around and trickles it through.
Till beat one most times as the kick comes out to Graham Wright. Oh, he lets it stay in play. Doolan. Whoa, flattened as he kicked it as Kelly ran straight at him. And it's a free kick relayed down the ground. There's a bit of a wrestle going on behind the play.
And away goes Peter Matera. Shaw giving chase. No hope. The kick is good. Oh, Craig Kelly came from the blind side. Langdon comes in to remonstrate with Kelly.
Well done by White too.
It was on. He was going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I don't think he could have pulled up.
Well, that's crazy. If he gives him 50 metres for that, why wasn't Worsfold penalised for the absolute charge on Mark Fraser?
Most dangerous.
As Lawrence Shackey prepares to take his place on the field. Oh, that's a bit ordinary.
Oh, that's pretty ordinary there from Peter Daicos, just dropping into Johnny Gastav's head.
Scott did pretty well. Down goes Waterman, pushed in the back. He'll get the free kick. Down goes Pike, and I didn't see what happened there.
She copped the elbow.
Hook kick, Mark to St Kilda, Bowie. It's hit the post.
It landed right on the top of the post, in fact, Robbo, missing to the right.
So at half-time, St Kilda lead by 13 points. The Saints 5-12, Collingwood 4-5.
Gee, look at this. It's Coughlin and Shaw immediately. Have a look what's happened here at half-time. The shades of the grand final 2 years ago, quarter-time.
Well, it's certainly
They've come from everywhere. Coughlin and Shaw originally, and it's on, as you can see. Dramatic scenes at half-time. Winmar and Richardson and McGuane were left, right and centre. If there wasn't enough drama in the first half anyway.
Well, it has settled down, I think. Not too much happening now, just a lot of pushing and shoving.
I'll tell you what, if Craig Kelly jumped in the ring with Jeff Hitman Harding, I think I'd have a little wager on him.
He'd be back in Kelly.
Oh, he dropped a couple in there.
Oh, okay, Robbo.
Taps it out for Billy if he can pick it up. Oh, gets taken.
Oh, boy.
for that one by the big fella, Bingham. Bingham, oh, look at him racing like a 2-year-old. Still going, Bingham. Bumped off the ball.
Oh, there's a clash of heads now. Brown's down, and so's Bingham. We can hear it up here.
No. Let's have a look what happened. The head down.
It's a clash of heads.
The game's going on. I'll call the game. You look at that, Connors. Winmar again.
Big men are at it again. Oh, Russell, there's some holding on.
Man must have fainted. Whose kick is it? Behind the play, what Gaifer has been doing, and the umpire had the courage to pay it, and a 50-metre penalty here.
The top of the right, Kennedy punches it away. Francis and Russell are there. Oh! They're both out cold.
Here. So Mainwaring, free kick Mainwaring, a very crude tackle by Kelly.
Really set him up. Baldwin can't break it. Now Boyd, still Boyd. Handball. Butcher should get a free kick, and he does.
I cannot believe any player would run 10 metres past the ball to try and iron a guy out.
Bad bounce for Butcher. Ramiro, tackle, free kick.
In trouble, that young bloke, I'd say.
Yeah, I hope he's all right. In lots of trouble.
Still
a long, great start, hocking through the centre. Collingwood yet to score.
Jane Watson short again.
Oh, what a mark.
Gee, that would hurt.
Wasn't that spectacular?
Getting back. Nearly a mark taken by Houlihan. Oh, Williams in trouble, surely. Madden's got him.
And have a look down here. There's a fight on before the match. Extraordinary scenes at the MCG. There's a blue before the match. And they're into it left, right and centre. There's Kelly and Danaher. Now, the Collingwood players were forced to run through the banner at an odd angle because the banner had arrived late. The Essendon players were congregated nearby. And have a look on the bottom of this, where it looks as if a couple of players, one from Essendon and one from Collingwood, are at it. Now, Gerard Healy, did you cop anything there when I was looking at the ladder?
Well, I did see Hardwick come running in, throwing a few fisticuffs, but it just augurs well for a good game, Bruce, does it, with both sides so spirited. Of course, they did clash in a memorable grand final there in 1990 when Collingwood pipped them. Collingwood, of course, settled down better after the blow.
Can you remember something like this?
No, not in my time.
Well, the crowd first bounce. We must remember that. Salmon. Oh, crunched. Terrible chance. An awful kick to Tranquilli.
Chipping at centre-half back. There's a big blue at the huddle and there's a lot of players involved. It's happening. Monkhurst and Gredgrave have been happy with each other right from the start of the game when they were involved in a bit of pushing and shoving. And obviously Stan Ellis would have had plenty to say to the St Kilda team, and there's a couple throwing there and a couple more throwing, and it's on.
Looks like Anderson and Brown having a nice old game.
And Dean Greg, there's quite a few players involved.
In the meantime, the ball has been bounced, and Collingwood are going to charge into attack through Butcher.
Well done.
Cook.
That might
That's
be
thanks for
something.
Probing handball. Too far though for Krasiska. High tackle, free kick for Flood. At half back.
Deep. Ablett and Pert. Pert gets back there and hits the behind post. And he's hurt, Gary Pert.
Goes to fall forward. Richardson couldn't quite get back. Brereton high tackle, free kick. He just did it beautifully to Dermy. He felt it coming and he didn't really duck, but he just slightly went down and copped it around the shoulder. First tackle at top of the arm. Well, I think that's what the crowd were going off at. Interestingly, Mickey Martin, look at Brereton and Martin at it already. Have a look at this. Oh, be careful, boys.
Well, that's a melly.
How much? That's 50,000 almost if you get 7 in there.
Melly, all right.
It constitutes a melly, Gerard, doesn't it?
It does, and Dipper was dead set correct. His information was pretty good. He thought that Dermott might just be almost at boiling point. Look at him, is he pumped up?
Fine, and finds Brereton. No drama there. Allison's kicked to half forward. Oh, Longmire, is that 50 metres against Hassel? Hand pass into the path of his fellow left-footed Daniel Chico. A lovely long kick. It will be marked. No, it's interference anyway, is it? Yes, a free kick to Longmire against Perth.
Well, pretty crude tackle, this one from Gary Pert.
Coming to meet it. Burns, courage! Oh, fantastic place on the third time. Oh, crunch!
Gets the kick in, but taken down. Russell.
Terrific vision there from Scott Russell. He saw Starcevic ducking back, just doing the back pedaling, got some space, and it was a good kick from Russell to find him, who sets him up for 30-metre shot at goal.
So Craig Starcevic gets the distance and the accuracy, 4 points. Starcevic's second goal. Gavin Krasiska has 2 and Peter Daicos 5 for the Magpies. Ablett has 4 for Geelong. Fantastic effort. Hinkley at right half-back flank. Been playing at both ends of the ground today. Oh, Monkhorst, screamer.
The flying monkey.
Magnificent grab.
You've been dying to use that one, haven't you?
Well, he's been up in the air a lot of times, and this time down with the football.
McGuane again with Starcevic.
And it's on behind play between Stoneham and Sanford. Just a lot of push and shove as usual in football today. There's too many cameras on them to throw punches.
Monkhorst again. Twisted some 20 metres further downfield as the pushing and shoving continues.
Well, perhaps didn't want to back himself for pace.
And Mansfield kicks the ball back in. Big pack of players just on the 50-metre line. Barnes went up one-handed. Richardson again very busy, gives away the hand pass to Fraser.
Fraser in towards Daicos at the back. Here's a chance. Rocca! Yes! Goal!
Rocca gets his first at long last. He's kicked 1-1 so far, and the Magpies back to a 15-point advantage.
And a true reversal of roles from what you would expect. It was Daicos who attempted to take the mark, and Rocca who did the roving. Usually we would come to expect Daicos sneaking the Crummers goal, Rocca standing the mark. It's good. Yeah, it's a blight on the game when they just pluck a free kick. Yep. It's very difficult to know which ruckman's in.
That was good then, because they're both pushing and shoving. There's Barnes winning that one. McGuane has got control of the ball. Gets it to Williams. Williams to half forward. Krasiska, play on, calls the umpire again. McGrath's gone straight to McGuane. Good play, McGuane. He centres the ball. Rocca. Back up support. Starcevic. Goal. Great play.
Starcevic gets his third, and Collingwood kick clear.
Well, we said it about Daicos, but this time Rocca brought the ball to ground, and it was Starcevic, one of the most mobile centre-half forwards in the business, who does the roving. Just another example of how important it is to have mobile players all over the ground. The hands go up for a good goal to Starcevic. Shala soccer.
Again, the margin is 15 points, so Collingwood not safe yet. Certainly look the better side. They've dominated this quarter. There's McGuane getting it to Lehman. McCarty gives it straight to Francis. Francis to half forward. McGrath in front. Umpire called play on as Williams. On the left foot, Paul Williams. Gives it out to Scott Russell, who steadies Russell. Kicks it in a goal, and Scott Russell bombed it through. So the Magpies hit back hard. They're playing well. And on the scoreboard, we see Collingwood 12-8 to Geelong 8-11.
Last quarter from Victoria Park, Collingwood leading by 22 points, and Bernie Quinlan tells us a slight breeze favouring the end to which Geelong is kicking this term. Monkhorst and Collingwood through McGuane, getting it out of the centre for the 18th time in the match, up towards half forward. No mark taken. Might be a free kick. And Simpson will give the ball back to his teammate in Ken Hinkley. He goes out wide. Oh, Richardson, who had a brilliant third quarter. Close to 10 possessions in that term. Down to Daicos, who's kicked 5. And he might make it 6 now from the boundary line. Loves them from there and gets a miraculous goal. Angle, no problem to the champ. Close to goal of the day, that one. Peter Daicos gets his 6th, Collingwood 13, and the Magpies increasing their lead to 28 points.
Well, Richardson with the football intercepted a kick from Ken Hinkley, who was designed to go to Daicos' man in Mansfield, and Peter Daicos, this is much better than retirement, as you well and truly are feeling now with the full might of the Victoria Park crowd right behind you after another superb or miraculous goal, whatever you want to describe it as. He is just one hell of a good footballer.
Scott is down there on his own with Wright. Scott versus Wright. Graham Wright. Scott. Oh, he was held by the jumper. He's got backup support from Brown. They're outnumbered down there. Geelong is taken away by Pert.
Russell. There's one strength that Robert Scott hasn't got, and it's overhead marking. Stoneham should have given that ball out into space and allowed Scott to run into it.
Speaking of running, here's Fraser, one of the quickest in their side. Rocca, nearly. Number 7, Daicos. If there's such a thing as a typical Peter Daicos goal, that was it. And that would almost, I would think, make the match safe for Collingwood. 14-9 to 9-12.
You don't lose your ability overnight. Peter Daicos got exceptional ability. There's Monkhorst. Handballs it, looking for Williams. Taken by Forsman. He's caught. Monkhorst over the top. Mickey McGuane in the goal. The banana kick. I think he's put it through. Yes.
One's first goal, and that really does make the match safe. 33 points. The difference is blown out to.
20 metres out from goal, tapped down by Hanley. The snapper goal, it could be another one. Yes, out of the pack. Yes. Collingwood 16-11. And I think it was the champ for goal number 8, Peter Daicos, who kicked it in that pack. And let's have a look at it again. It's tapped down. And it is Daicos for goal number 8. A great effort.
That's something funny. Dwyer on Gavilich's mark. He kicks in towards centre-half forward. Teasdale can't hold it. Comes down here to Richardson. Richardson kicks down towards the goal square as a goal. And they are 13 and a half minutes into the second quarter. There's the throw in now. Big Thompson's there. Comes down here. A pass. A magnificent pass. Hits McKenna right on the chest.
Young Richardson again.
Oh, that was a magnificent pass.
But it's still been a good match here. Thompson comes in. He goes, oh, nice hit out. It's picked up and shot towards goal. Right across the face of goal. It's there.
Has taken a mark. Jenkins going for a kick up toward the square. Richardson's there and he's marked. Roger Head, as I said, although he's been playing well in general play, the Rovers who have been resting on him have cut him to pieces. They've kicked 5 goals on him to date. This could be 6 coming up because Richardson's got one on the end of the 10-yard square and he shouldn't miss from there. It's a goal, all right. Wallace goes for a hand pass down to Richardson. Richardson shooting for a goal from 50 yards out. It's a beautiful kick. It's a goal. Yeah, but it's Gary Wallace picks it up, fires it right over towards the goal. It's picked up by Richardson. Put it straight through for 6. Errol Hutchison has marked it just above the ground. He's now going to play on. He's balked his opponent in Jimmy Reid, going with a big kick up towards the forward pocket position. Thompson can't mark. Richardson once again in the open, and he's kicked another goal.
Gallagher now tries a short one in here, and this could come off. Nichols almost pulled it in one hand. It was a trifle high, however, and the reliever kick now goes out to the half-back flank. Oh, great fight back. Collingwood got off magnificently there, but the Blues have fought back. Up they go, and there's a mark to Wayne Richardson. He goes straight up the field now. The players set themselves. Oh, Wayne Richardson.
Oh, Callaghan chipped in very nicely. Kicked it high into the pocket, and Richardson from behind flew high and marked.
Out comes Terry Waters. Oh, and down goes Terry Waters too. Twiggy Dunn has it. Dunn now down towards the forward zone. McKenna there. Brendan knocks it away. Here's a go running into an open goal. Runs it forward. Taken here by Ricky Watt. Watt up to the half-forward flank on the outer side.
Hits the ground. Rasmussen, Ivan Rasmussen comes in. Bumped by Manasseh. In comes Gott. Stoneham. Footscray. Fleet position. Stoneham gets a tumble. Over he goes. Put it on. Over to Max Richardson. Taps the ball on the ground once. Richardson coming up towards Merrington. Handballs over his head too, as you can see. Dean. Richardson again. Good play by Max Richardson. Listen to the cheering of the crowd. 15 yards. Goodbye. We've now been playing 4 minutes of the first term and no score on the board as yet. Up they fly. Hurd taps to the back of the pack. Trimmon's in there also. Picked up and snapped by Wade Richardson. Now it's Max Richardson's turn. He snaps back over his head. And a good goal kicked by Max Richardson of Collingwood for the first score of forward zone. It's a high kick. The man at the back is Robert Dean flying high. Can't take the mark. It's on the turf. A chance for Richardson once again. Max Richardson. And another goal to Max Richardson.
Tap down. He's played well in the ruck today. Cross it goes to Chapman, the Collingwood winger. Chapman drives down towards Big Thompson. And the big fella has marked. And the mark has been cleanly taken in defence by Garn. Garn drives up towards the centre, but Thompson marks for Collingwood. Considering the rain, there's a great tussle between...
Carlton looked to me to be very keen. There's Thompson. Oh, interferes, and a lovely hit back to Henderson.
Now the ball's thrown in once more. There's Thompson all by himself. Breen's the other batter, but he's grabbed. Play on. He breaks away very easily. Covers a lot of territory. Up goes Minot and Thompson. I think Thompson might have marked the ball.
The Jenkins in the goal square. Bethke is out of position this time, but they can't get it. Off the ground goes Thompson and right through the centre. McKenna's kicking back. Right up into the forward pocket. Who is it?
Thompson.
That's Thompson, all right.
Struggling for form, the boy from South Warrnambool. Look at Thompson there, lovely. Centre half back, his kick's a high one. Swinging from the centre, and there's another good mark taken by Thompson.
And out here to Thompson, beauty. And Thompson marks way over the top of them. Skyscraper arms.
It's going to the edge of the goal square, they fly, and Thompson. There's a throw-in now. Thompson, despite opposition from Patterson, gets a tap down. It goes to Richardson of Collingwood. Now kicks in towards the centre-half forward posse. Richardson of Richmond is there.
Thompson marks.
Lindsay, who's limping, as the kick goes forward. Up they go once again. Could be a Collingwood mark. He's playing it.
Thompson.
Out of them. There's the kick out. Going almost to the wing position. Oh, what a screamer, Thompson. Oh, right across the face of goals. Could it be a mark to Thompson? It is. And a couple of bites of the cherry. Slight angle, kicking to the railway end. It's on its way. He's got the distance all right. Accuracy is there.
Carlton at the moment. Lloyd kicks up towards the half-forward flank. Thompson in front marks.
It's a wobbly punt kick down in the forward zone where Thompson sets, and Thompson marks.
Kicking towards the centre wing, and I reckon Trott might come off. Thompson marks. Kicking in towards centre half forward. Lynn Thompson. And a hand pass out towards the flip.
It's a drop kick. It's offline a bit, going towards the pocket on the outer side. Up they go, and Thompson, a towering mark in defence.
A good even kick though, goes out towards the flank, and Thompson, acting captain.
Straight up the ground, and look at this. He's hit big Lynn Thompson right on the chest. But Lynn Thompson, he would be 60 yards out. His kick, it's on the way. Oh, it's not a bad hook, it's right through.
Trying to get a score for his team, Collingwood. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. It's a beauty, it's there. It's a goal. What a ripper.
Now it's over Moore's head. They back for it. Waters couldn't pull it down. Thompson comes through like a rover. And away he goes. A glorious left footer. He comes, takes his kick, not a bad one either, deep to the half-back flank. Perkins in front, goes up and, oh, Thompson from behind.
A short kick in towards Len Thompson. Thompson spins around, he's dead in front. The ball down in towards the pocket again. Trevor pays. Len Thompson picks up and snaps at goal. It could be. Collingwood kicking towards the Victoria Park station. Here's the hit out, a very nice one too, but it was picked up by Kevin Rose, who hooks the ball back in. There was a chance for a mark there to McKenna. He picks it up, goes towards goal, and it's through. Excellent. Warner's gone to the pocket. Is Swift off? Yeah.
We'll have a look. It'll be... This is Michael Williamson bidding you welcome to the final quarter of this hectic game between Collingwood and Richmond, being played at Collingwood. As they go into the final quarter, we find Collingwood with a 3 goals lead or an 18 points advantage. Across to Thompson. Thompson, a long hand pass here, racing into the open goal. Here's a goal. McKenna has put it through. Really strong in the hands, McKenna, and in the wrist, the way he took that. McKenna. Directly in front, it's on its way, it's through for mine, there it is. There they go, Scarlett was in that lot in the ruck. Up they come, and the ball is kicked by Pelfreyman into towards the centre of Cardinia Park. Lee Adamson comes through, puts his left boot into it, drives down over centre half forward. Waiting behind there is McKenna, he's into an open goal, he couldn't miss this one, and there it is.
This fella can really boot a ball. Up he comes. Torpedo punt this time. It's swinging in. And a goal! Touch behind the line.
McKenna, a heck of a way out. It's on its way. He'll get the distance all right. What about accuracy? Could be off. But it isn't.
He's tremendously accurate with that drop punt.
Yeah, that goal umpire fooled me the way he turned side on.
No worries.
That's his fifth.
5 goals up already. The game's not halfway over.
Kicking up to the city end. Peter McKenna, up he comes. It's on its way. It's swinging off a bit, but it's pretty safe. And that's his sixth. Price now is looking further downfield. He's gone for McKenna and he's found him. Peter McKenna has kicked 6. He would be no more than 40 yards out directly in front.
Collingwood are playing this situation badly at the moment, Michael. Only that last little flash of play was good, but with 1 man extra, they should be placing the ball and steadying it down. It's McKenna's kick.
Now. Right through, that's his 7th.
He's got a bad ankle too, limping away.
He kicks it high into the goal square. They fly down to the ground. It comes. Kick off the ground here by McKenna. And he's still done it. Off the ground. And look at this.
Well, look, they did everything.
Have a look at this.
Let's look at the ground.
Given the atrocious conditions, a sensational crowd of 84,894 packed the MCG for the Collingwood Essendon Anzac Day fixture. And that afternoon, a famous against-the-odds victory was the first suggestion that in 2002, the Magpies were the real deal.
That should be 50.
What a good play by the kid.
McGough, Lockyer, Collingwood terrific. Kick well inside the 50. Fletcher works in front. Could have been held without it. No free kick. Buckley, Burns. This will hurt. Chopped off there by Fraser. Fraser inside the 50. Davis in front. Had it knocked away by Blumfield. Butters up again. Licuria centre on his left foot. Question of accuracy. Doesn't kick it. Goes to Steinford. 20 metres out. Low trajectory. Well, that's doing it the hard way.
It's pumping down again. Burns. Drop punt to the goal square that wobbles its way. A little short. And a mark's been taken unbelievably by Fraser in a 6-pack. For the ceiling moment, Josh Fraser, a grand future in front of him. The big stick's in front of him here. He kicks the goal that wins the game.
"17-year-old Mark McGough, in only his 2nd game, the Anzac Day medalist.
Spoons it out to Daicos. Wider to the running Malane. Gets around Rice. Has a couple of bounces. Will go for goal. Shepherd is there. It bounces. Taylor calling for it. He pulls it back for Taylor. In the pocket. Can he emulate the feet of Daicos? He can. Sloppy kick by Christian. Down towards the half-forward line. Taken nicely by Kelly from 50 metres. Is this the quick reply by Kelly? He shoots and he goes.
Big kick for Melbourne. Beautiful kick. 50 metres plus. There's a great mark to Malane. Runs into goal from 50 metres. Darren Malane. It's there. 4 metres. Up towards half forward. Running onto it, Barwick. He'll go into an open goal. Dougie Barwick from 50. Long kick is there.
Umpire calls play on, maybe didn't see it. Taylor wobbles one to go. Is that number 6? It is. It's home. To half forward for Collingwood. Daicos got a hand to it. Couldn't complete the mark. Manson goes down. We'll look for a tap on. Try to get it to Daicos, which he does. Daicos chased by Hannah inside 50. Hooks it across. Going goalwards. Looks good. And through.
Off the pack goes Zalakis. threaded a beautiful goal from this similar angle. Oh, he's done it again! What a goal by Harisalakis.
Oh, high bomb, torpedo. Bad sort of a kick. Brown, if he can get around. Brilliantly done, Gavin Brown. Snapshot. What a ripper. It's a goal. Centering kick over the head of Daicos. McGuane, strength, outside 50. Goes for distance with that kick and gets it. Oh, he's booted it. An unbelievable goal.
Daicos has spotted Harisalakis. The little kick out wide. Harisalakis up against the boundary line. Goes for goal and Thompson.
Great goal.
Kick, short. Oh, he's put Turner under pressure. Wright goes goalwards from 50 metres. And it's a great goal for Graham Wright.
It happened too often. He's really got onto that one. That's a boomer. Travelled 65 metres. Starcevich, can he make it another one? He has! Purple patch for the Magpies.
As Greenwich gets the ball over towards Henry Coles. Up towards the half-forward line. Carlton. A beautiful mark. Oh, he gave the hand pass to the wrong man. But the umpire's going to give him the mark. He punched it. Magro having his first touch over to Barham. Barham drives the ball up towards the full forwards. It looks as though it could be a goal. Like a bad bounce by Richardson, but he gets it up to the forward pocket. They're all having a go, but Sam Kekovich has got the mark.
Still in trouble, beautifully collected by Kekovich. Play down towards full forward. Kekovich setting himself and more, and Kekovich has got it. This guy's confidence is really raging. He's a pretty hard guy to stop. 29 to 22. Kekovich lining up for number 3, and he's put it through. No worries.
Comes to Carman, trying to get clear. Stuck his fist up and in the bloke's throat that time. And now they're going for the spoil, the Carlton defenders. Well, there we see spinning out the Packers.
Pies into attack, down to full forward. Look at that enormous pack of players. Kekovich over the head.
Good kick too. It's a beautiful kick by Good. Well down towards the full forward zone. Oh, mark the ball. He's grabbed it. Great mark. A great mark. It's right in front, as you can see, only about 2 or 3 metres out. Kicks and it's a goal. And this is Moore coming in for his second and Collingwood's second also. The kick by Moore. It's through and Moore's a bit sure. Moore goes. He's got it. Not really, Jack, as he comes in. Moore fires and it looks good. And that ball up towards Moore. Carman and Heath, but Moore's got it. Oh, too big. What chance did poor old Heath have there? Where we see Moore going for his 4th goal. It looks good and pass over to Carman. Another one to Moore, his 5th goal. Up towards Moore and Mackay. They're both going. Moore's got the mark. Oh, he's putting it right over to this guy. Is he playing a game and a half? And we see Moore firing for his 6th goal, and he's put it right through. Where for Moore to go for the mark. He's got his hands to it. He's marked it. Oh, even Robert Walls couldn't stop him. As I said before, he's had 3 guys on him. Heath. Then we saw Mackay come in, and then their captain and centre-half forwards down there trying to stop him. My golly, he's played a game and a half, this guy. He's played real percentage football. The kick. Oh, put down your glasses on that one.
Thompson trying to push Percy Jones back. Jones looking for a free kick. Tom's down, looking for Peter Moore. Moore up. Oh! Peter Moore.
Pushed out again by Banks as a go for Shaw. A hand pass over to King. What's he going to do? Run to an open goal. Beautiful play. It's a goal. What magnificent play and strength. Moore's there at the half-back line. Collingwood ready to go into attack now. This crowd have certainly got their money's worth. Oh, look at this kick by Moore. It's about 70 metres down there for King. He's got the mark.
Goes for a pass up towards Jesselenko. Gets flattened. He is out cold. Oh.
Well, Magro got him a beauty.
I'm sure it was accidental, but it was a very, very solid hip and shoulder bump. Forward a shirt from Jones towards left half forward. Oh, it's a free kick anyway. It'll be a mark. Magro. Well, I don't know who's going to lose the ball. It might be a ball up. I saw Towns have his number taken, Lou. Whether he was the giver or the receiver, I don't know.
Well, they're taking a few numbers now, the umpires. They'd certainly be busy. They need a book as big as a telephone book.
It comes down towards Clark, who tries to go through. Shoots out a long hand pass. Well, Jones let one go.
Looking for him at the moment. Down they go, left and right. The umpire said blocking the ball. Kick back there towards Barham. He tries to smother. He's got it now. He has a shot. He's put it through.
Young underneath it. Kink at the back. Too tall. Getting away from Young now. Renee Kink. Collingwood need him to fire, and Kink goes for the long boot down towards the full forward position. Dool tries the punch from behind, getting it away from Davis. Can he get kick number 2? Sheldon's there with him. Craig Davis breaking away, got nowhere to go. The flying doormat, Bruce Dool, almost picked him up, but he's still got it. Well played. Gives it to Renee Kink. Kink well shepherded by Shaw. Runs in, fires at the goals and puts it through. Great goal. Out comes Lowe from full forward. Tries a hand pass to Kink. Oh, didn't bounce too well for Kink on that occasion. Got grabbed by the arm. Spins around onto his left foot and fires. That could be a miraculous goal.
Oh, what brilliant play that was. Dool spins out of the pack. It's a bad hand pass to Kink. He'll try to get out. He's clear now. Back to Wearmouth. Wearmouth going for a run. The hand pass back there to Barham. Snaps for goal. And that's another one. Over to Wearmouth. And look at the little rover go. He hasn't got a helmet today. Out to Barham. Barham runs around his opponent Malin. Back to Wearmouth. They've got Carlton bamboozle. Over to Wearmouth. Barham again. A shot for goal. It'll be through. Goal. A goal. And they're really giving Carlton a pasting now. That was magnificent play by Barham and to Wearmouth.
In comes Collingwood's Olsen again. Gives it back to Peter Daicos. Daicos fires it back to Barham. Barham, the speedster, has a shot at the goals. That looks all right too. It's another one.
To attack for Collingwood. Up there towards Stewart. Off the top of the pack, there's a goal from Daicos. And that's goal number 3 to Daicos.
Towards the Collingwood attacking zone. Shaw scouting well, gives it over to Morris. Can he bring up another one? Hand pass, Daicos, goal! Great handball.
Up the centre half forward. Off the pack is Daicos. Lining them up again. Fires. And it's another goal.
Goal number 6.
Goal number 6 to Daicos. And so he should jump up.
Chance for Daicos. It bounces over the head of Hunter. He's almost caught. Now he goes for the long kick. Daicos, can he put Collingwood in front? He has! Goal! Collingwood lead by 4 points. 3 goals in 4 minutes. Which he has got. Underneath it is McGuane. Oh, great mark under these conditions.
So a little too easily. Lions kick towards half forward. Great mark taken by Christian. Harry Pert. Great play out wide, half-back flank. Oh, what a mark! The line.
It hurt. McGuane! What a ripper! Consistent on. Little right.
Oh. Rather crude. The kick by Darui up to half forward. What a mark! Christian.
Hand passes on to Kerrison. He sprayed that one a little bit. Here's right. And marks! Oh, what a ripper!
Oh, can he kick it? It's close. It's across the face. Oh, is that a mark to Taylor? It is. The difference as Kerrison brings it back into play. Oh, what a mark. A brilliant mark by Mullane. He is a good player. To Turner. To half forward. McEwen. Another great mark. And Baxter under the left foot towards half forward. Christian is the flyer and he takes a great mark.
50 metres to the front of the square. At the back, Taylor. Yes, if you don't mind. And he thumps it 50 metres plus out towards half forward. Great mark taken by Cloak.
Morwood and Collingwood clear. Robertson, a great mark to get in front of Stretch. 2 now, just outside 50. One out contest here. Oh, Brown came over to...
He does it well. Left foot kick towards centre half forward. There's a mark to Collingwood.
Drops in the goal square. Taylor, great mark by BT.
Kicks it directly towards full forward. Taylor, yes! Will kick.
Over the centre of the ground to Brownness. Oh, great mark taken by McGuane.
He's really been unloaded there, Gerard Healy, but he's got plenty. Oh, what a mark, Christian.
Oh, Silvani, the kick, sets up Nayley. Oh, brilliant mark, Jamie Turner.
Spearing pass down to Morwood, who started at full back. He's now on the forward line. Taylor, one-hander. Doesn't get too much distance with the kick. Tries to find Hawk.
Deep in his own defensive area. Hooks it across his body. Sure. What courage. What courage. What a great mark.
Oh, strong mark taken by Brown. Little back pocket player. And genuine Collingwood 6-footer. Starcevic close to mark of the day. Lane, great grab.
Goes down towards half forward with a kick. Sumich is in front. Great mark by Banks. Superb judgment.
He's got caught out of position. Now Manson takes front position.
Oh,
Brilliant mark. Great mark by Barr.
Tony Shaw, look at the courage. Backing into the pack, going with the flight of the ball.
And Hawthorn just one behind.
Oh.
Lane, a big
thing is Russell. His kick's a little high, but what a great effort by Francis.
McGuane. Daicos.
Strength. Turner, he'll probably go long. He does. Gavin Brown up in front. Can he take the mark? Oh, great mark to Brown.
That's his third mark for the quarter. With some strength there, Brown. Oh, beauty. Tries to go for goal. Cross the face of goal. Daicos back there. And a great mark. A beauty.
McGuane to half forward. Brown from behind. 2 touches for Mark.
Ugle, a high kick out towards the wing and a great mark over the top. Take
high ball. Wigney the target.
Great mark. A good kick by Mullane. Winmar's in a fight. Oh, clever mark by Daicos.
Francis this time's on the end of it. Kicks it high to centre-half forward. Jenky back. Oh, what a good mark. Keys for Collingwood.
Compared with Collingwood. Centre wing, Morwood, a great mark.
Jenky's kick towards full forward. Oh, Keys, what a good mark. Ball runs free. Manson, just a little kick off the round. Oh, what about that?
Kick by Wright, right to the edge of the goal square. Daicos. Oh, what a mark by Peter Daicos.
Bit high, centering kick from that player. Taylor. Oh, yes, what a catch.
Ugle the target. Kelly for the 3rd time. Takes a great mark. Chance for Collingwood here, McGuane.
Oh, courageous mark by Mickey McGuane.
High drop punt. Daicos and Worsfold. Great mark.
Into circle, back towards half forward. Strong mark, McKeown.
Ball out towards that half-back line. There's the pack and a mark to Billy Picken. He better hurry up because time is running out at the 32-minute mark. And scores North Melbourne a goal in front. The kick by Picken is into the goal square. There's a mark here to someone.
It's in front of Twiggy Dunn.
It's Twiggy Dunn, I think, has got it. Oh, golly, it could be a drawn game.
We might be back here next week.
Oh, golly. There's the go now. Twiggy Dunn's got the mark. Will it be a drawn match because we're approaching the 33-minute mark? Time must be running out. Twiggy Dunn with the ball, only about 10 metres out from goal. And look at those North Melbourne players on the mark. Well, the pressure on this veteran from Collingwood, played over 200 games, fires for the goals. And he's put it through and scores at that level. Scores at that level. Now what will happen? Can they get it down there and score a point either side? Here we go. High. Up there towards the forward pocket for Collingwood. Moore in front. Oh, look at Gumbleton getting up high. Down goes Moore. The ball shot back. Going after it now is Hyde. He'll have a running shot for Magro, I should say it is. Having a snapshot for goal. Back it goes towards Dunn. He's got the mark. Dunn's got it. Crackers Keenan going crooked himself that time, or the umpire. And Collingwood badly needing a goal because they trail by 29 points. He fires. He's put it through, I'd say.
Back towards centre-half forward. Thompson lurking there over the back. The chance of Worthington taken by Thompson. Threads the handball to Andrew Ireland. He's off towards the centre. He can run towards the half-forward line. Goes to the handball and turn towards Wearmouth. Wearmouth in turn goes towards half-forward towards Barham. In trouble, Ricky Barham. Lines up from 50 metres out. In towards Twiggy Dunn. Can't grab it this occasion. It's going to be played to Twiggy Dunn. Frank Gumbleton looks in bewilderment and Ron Barassi says, what on earth for? He's put it through again.
Dempsey in front. Moore takes a screamer. Payne back towards centre field. Moore gets up and a great mark by Moore. Moore up high. Gets it to Olsen. Going in hard. Knocked out by Moore.
Today so far he's unable to. In front is Alexander with a good mark over the back to Moore. He's given it
Against the young bloke.
Kick towards centre wing. Moore. Good grab.
Up there towards the wing position. Moore coming in for position, takes the mark.
Good mark.
That's mark number 3 to Moore.
Looking for Peter Moore. Oh, it doesn't let him down either. He's playing well at the moment on top of Dempsey. He always plays well around the ground, but Dempsey often has the better of him at the centre bounces. But Peter Moore now with the kick. Mark number 3. Is Edwards limping? Yes, he is. That's bad news. Peter Moore breaking away from Glendinning at a half forward. Fires the ball deep into the...
Gone for a short pass. It could be dangerous, but Moore's on his own and takes the mark directly in front.
And Peter Moore playing a very good game. While Edwards is limping, I see a couple of North Melbourne players. We mentioned Casson has a cut over the eye, and so too does John Law. Moore, 45 metres out, almost directly in front. Is that the first goal of the game at the 20-minute mark? It is. First goal, kicked by Collingwood at the 20-minute mark of the first quarter by last year's Brownlow medalist Peter Moore.
Boots the ball back up there towards the full forward zone. Moore comes across and takes another good mark. As a hand pass comes out to Magro, back to Moore again. And Moore's off like a race off. He's going to go around. He is. Moore out-manoeuvring McCann. Breaks clear of the pack. A hand pass to Ray Shaw. And
Moore and Glendinning, they're the best two players on the ground so far. Peter Moore wins that. Little Moore's there, but well over his head. Out comes Wright. Moore tries to get it out to a teammate. Eventually picks it up himself because there was no one around. And Peter Moore, Collingwood's best player, scoots goalward on the MCG. And they all missed that sun of the eyes situation. Peter Moore again. He's best on the ground, no doubt about it.
There towards the full forward zone. Moore and Glendinning. Moore's got the mark, and he's played a great game for Collingwood today. The ball away from the danger zone, back into attack. There's Peter Moore once again to take a mark at centre-half back.
Well, if this was a game in which Brownlow medal votes were cast, he should get about 6. The maximum is, of course, 3, but what a game he has played. 1 point in this elimination final. Trying to get the ball moving quickly, and they get it to Peter Moore, one of their faster players. Morkin, not a good hand pass. Here's the man of the match, Peter Moore. Oh, beautifully done, like a rover, and a long kick up towards the full forward position. Now it's a mark! Davis!
Again, still going. Still going, the bell's gone, guys. Something to get reported now.
Brian Taylor a little bit frustrated because Gary Pert took up for the full-back position and Brian just could not keep up with him. He tried to block him and...
Surely, game claiming that. Gaster back on the field. Oh, gets KO'd just about. As you said earlier, Peter, what a buy he's been from the Sydney Swans. And the fight does continue. That's the one we mentioned. That's Tuddenham. The Williamstown player. He's lobbed that really high up towards centre wing. And a collision down there. Saunders has cannoned into a Footscray player, Brian Roy.
And it's on behind play, and Brian Taylor is hot under the collar. Look out. Oh no, BT, don't do it.
Mullane away from Hannah. Now the ball, will it bounce in? Oh, the bounce even favoured Carlton then. Hannah takes it away, but in the meantime was a free kick. No, they're paying the advantage. It's a Carlton free kick.
Magical football. Taylor's a chance. He's got it.
Oh, dear. Should be careful.
I think Taylor might finish up. If he doesn't control himself, he might finish up reported.
It's been a great performance. Will this be number 9 for BT? No, it will not. Well, he's playing to the crowd now, but he probably should forget about that and concentrate on the football.
Distance, but he's decided to farm the hand pass out to Herman. Siska gets there first. Now he's beaten for it by O'Sullivan, who arguably was tripped up. Good hip and shoulder.
Well, Morwood's there for Collingwood. Shane Morwood at centre-half forward. Goes direct. Duckworth.
Obviously touched that ball, but what terrific body play by Taylor. I thought he had the mark. Must have been touched off the boot.
Well.
And on that note, the siren has sounded. It's half-time. What a way to finish the first half. Brian Taylor still remonstrating with the umpire. He felt it wasn't touched. And oh! Duckworth goes down in a headlock. Danaher comes in to lend assistance with Madden. Players are coming from everywhere. Well, the pressure has been such that it is not surprising. Terry Danaher is at the bottom of that pack.
It's interesting watching the umpire. It's like a rugby scrum and then waiting for the ball to be fed out.
Down towards half forward with a kick. Sumich is in front. Great mark by Banks. Superb judgment.
Good block by Harding. Daicos, always dangerous. Snapshot is brilliant for a goal. Daicos, will he go to the torpedo punt? Now, the crowd will await. Yes, he is going to torpedo punt. Have a look at it.
A brilliant kick by Daicos, a 65-metre kick right through the middle.
Go on. Daicos.
Oh, strength. Good kick by Mullane. Winmar's in a fight. Oh, clever mark by Daicos.
Mullane's just given a roving position across centre. He might try a torpedo here, he does. And thumps it. Look at that. It's home. The boundary line. Back to Mullane, likewise. Daicos nearly runs out of room. He's goal!
Brings it in towards full forward. Kelly over the back. Daicos versus Hocking. Daicos Hocking. Oh, you showed superior pace in Hocking. Dangerous here though. Daicos from the boundary. Oh, an amazing goal. Well, what about that?
They're alight now. Mullane in the pocket. Across the face of goal. Daicos and Gaston. He gets a kick. Don't tell me he's kicked now. I will not believe it.
Forward. Banks up. Great mark by Banks. Really had the run on there.
Daicos. Well done, Hobbs. Daicos. Don't tell me. Don't tell me, yes.
Thrust by Collingwood down towards Daicos and Hocking. Daicos got a hand to it. Oh, he controlled it beautifully, and he's done it again.
Should have been a mark. Watson. Daicos. Spears at goal. He often gets those. Look at that one. Magnificent stuff.
For Kepler to try and get it out. The dangerous Daicos. What can he do? He runs to the boundary line, hooks it back, and sends it through for a great goal.
That's high, just about infringed in the ruck. In the back, tackle too high, weight being used once again. Hello, it's on. At Princess Park, it's on here. Don't worry about that. Jones throw Coddle, tapped it down. Wise is there. Got a bit of a bump there from Keogh. Tuddenham threw himself in. He's looking for Jackson. Interception down there was by White, but oh, Jackson and White collided then. I didn't actually on the side of the screen. Gordon was
again. He won't give in this. Oh, we got a nasty course. It's over towards Wayne Richardson. He's got the ball. Oh, he's down, Gordon. Ball goes.
Ball forward for the North Melbourne side, and the mark is there. And Keith Gregg. Have you played that? Gregg in the centre wing for North Melbourne. Whoops, and it's on. Cousins in there. The far number 3s for both sides.
And a half forward on a mark to the Collingwood skipper. He's down. It's a 15-metre penalty. He's pretty stunned, Max Fitz. There's another one going down. That's Caston down now.
Back to Moncrief. We'll get a free kick. Almost lost his...
Adam's apple.
Adam's apple. They've got it. Whoops. But it goes. Well intercepted there. The mark taking a bully pick. And oh, he's thumped from the ground. That must be reportable.
They're trying to get clear.
Oh, wing. Andrew Owen streaming in. Shaw. Rice. Carmen once again. Look at that from Larry. Gets the mark. Cops one in the face.
Now is Pickens. Muscles the ball beautifully that time. Oh, he's got one right around the neck. Thump that time. Will it bounce okay for Pickens? No. Oh, down he goes for Matthews. And when he bumps them, they stay down. Now Wearmouth going out. Oh, he's bounced around the neck. He's got to get a free kick for that. Then he pull his head out of it, suck it again. Well, trying to get away from Scott, but he's away. But Scott won't give up. The other way around.
He got somebody anyway.
Now you watch this. Now, I don't know whether it's Carlton will be reported.
Doyle could have been Doyle doing.
Well, it could be another bloke coming in now. This fellow here, look at this.
Well, the umpire did take Carmen's number.
It's still on again here now. They're still having a go. A short pass is not a good one, but there's Armstrong going down from Renee King. A free kick to Carlton. But he backs up well, he gets it clear, but it's a hurried kick down there. It's a free kick. The back against, there's the play on there, but it's too late. Laps it over beautifully to Collins, and Collins is clear. Oh, he's got one in the face. They got a free kick. He certainly scoots around for free side. Max Richardson.
But not paid by the umpire.
Carlton's half it now as Sutton. He can't pick it up. He's having a bit of trouble. Down he goes.
Play between, Blight and...
well, let's see the play. There's a bit of dust up there. Look at it all going in. Flat out here. Look, the Burns. They're all into it. Could be dangerous. Oh, gee, that on his bung eyesight because he wouldn't see it. His tail there is... Oh, that's not Timmerbush. It was Smith, and down he went like a bag of spuds. And the Magpies are really going in hard. He hasn't moved, Smith.
Then Ronnie Wearmouth's eye. I'll tell you what, he can hardly see out of that right eye. Looks like a Chinaman time there.
Yes, tell you what, he's played a great game. He should have a black eye everywhere.
Love the black and white? Want more video action? Australian Football Video has the full range. the premierships, the players, the history of the club, and every game, every week in our Name a Game range. At good video retailers or at our website www.sportsdelivered.com.